Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, I'd like to thank you all for stopping by and giving me your time. I am Eric Daniel Coughlin, and this is another episode of Just My Thoughts. So, as advertised, what we're going to do tonight on the Thought Tracker, we're going to break down the starting quarterbacks in the NFC. That's right. So, I told you guys I was going to give you all quarterback report cards. So, what we're going to do is we're going to break them down. NFC goes first. Then we're going to break down the AFC, and then, so next episode would be AFC. And then what we may do a top 10 in the league. I may do another episode. We may have, for the next 3 episodes, do nothing but break down the quarterback competition of the NFL. We're going to get started in the NFC North right now. Jared Goff, 1,015 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 71 completed pass ratio, a 95 QBR. He's been sacked 7 times. Sam Darnold, 932 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 69 completed pass ratio, QBR 89, sacked 10 times. Jordan Love, 649 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 56 completed pass ratio, 83 QBR, sacked twice, and all these stats come via 2 games. Malik Willis, back up to Jordan Love. 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 74 completed pass ratio, 123 QBR, sacked 4 times. Again, 2 games. Caleb Williams, 787 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 62 completed pass ratio, 72 QBR, sacked 16 times. The most sacked quarterback in the NFC. Baker Mayfield, 984 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 71 completed pass ratio, 107 QBR, sacked 8 times. Derek Carr, 824 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 72 completed pass ratio, 104 QBR, sacked 4 times. Kirk Cousins, 864 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 65 completed pass ratio, 84 QBR, sacked 6 times. Bryce Young, 245 yards, 3 interceptions, 55 completion pass ratio, 44 QBR, sacked 6 times. Andy Dalton, 539 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 65 completed pass ratio, 101 QBR, sacked twice in a game and a half. That's right. A game and a half. Good job, Andy Dalton. Not that I like Andy Dalton. I'm just going to go on and throw that out there. I'm just going to tip my hat to him. In a game and a half, good job. Jalen Hurts, 930 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 68 completion pass ratio, 86 QBR, sacked 13 times. The second most sacked quarterback in the NFC. Dak Prescott, 1,072 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 64 completed pass ratio, 94 QBR, sacked 10 times. Everybody's getting sacked at least 10 times. Jaden Daniels, 897 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 82 completion pass ratio, 107 QBR, sacked 9 times. I just had to eat my words. I just had to say 10, didn't I? Sacked 9 times. Good job, Jaden Daniels. Daniel Jones, 881 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 63 completion pass ratio, 81 QBR, sacked 9 times. Brock Purdy, 1,130 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 69 completion pass ratio, 105 QBR, sacked 10 times. Geno Smith, 1,182 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 72 completion pass ratio, 91 QBR, sacked 11 times. Matthew Stafford, 978 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 69 completion pass ratio, 89 QBR, sacked 13 times. Kyler Murray, 777 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, 70% completion pass ratio, 105 QBR, sacked 10 times. So, that is 18 quarterbacks to play for the NFC. That is having two backup quarterbacks activated and played and performed pretty well. I have to say both of them actually did better than their leader, so tip their hats to that. So what I'm going to do now is break down the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC. So what I've done was I've combined with yards with QBR, because your QBR is your overall production. Everybody knows that they take in consideration of everything that I listed: your touchdowns, your interceptions, your completion pass ratio, your yards. All that factors into your QBR, which is why I listed all those things, including the QBR. So I give you your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC. Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff. All these guys passed for over 1,000 yards, so that's very impressive. All these guys have 100 QBR or better. In the sake of Geno, I think Geno had, what did Geno have? A 91. But again, Geno threw for over 1,100 yards, so I'm going to give him a pass. All these guys I consider like A-plus guys. And the numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. I just went over everything that they've done. So those are the top 5 NFC studs. All 1,000-yard back passers, all 100. Pretty much, like I said, I'm sliding Geno. They're pretty much all 100 rated quarterbacks with 1,000 yards apiece. And as for rookies, so there's pretty much, there's only 2 rookies starting in the NFC. That would be Jaden Daniels and that would be Caleb Williams. Both, I think, are doing a great job. Jaden Daniels' completion ratio is way through the roof. However, let's be fair. He only throws the ball like 13, 14 times a game. He runs the ball as much as he throws the ball, which is why his completion ratio is so high, which is why his QBR is so high. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes because he doesn't have to throw the ball very much. He runs around more than he throws. He's a wildcat quarterback. I'm not hating on the guy. They design their quarterbacks that play like that. Justin Fields is that guy. Lamar Jackson is that guy. Jaden Daniels is that guy. Colin Kaepernick was that guy. RG3 was that guy. Believe it or not, Russell Wilson thinks he's that guy. So I'm not hating on him. Everyone knows what the league has developed. I am a traditional guy. I want a traditional quarterback. Other people like Wildcat. And other people want Wildcat quarterbacks. So that's what's going on with there. Although, like I said, both of these guys doing great. J.J. McCarthy should have been the other starting quarterback, rookie quarterback in the NFC. However, we all know got hurt there in Minnesota training camp, and Sam Darnold took over, and Sam Darnold's been on fire. That whole team has been on fire. Has been like my biggest miss. If I've had a miss so far, my biggest miss is that I said that the Minnesota Vikings would be amongst the trash teams in the NFL. Boy, I was wrong. I think they're still undefeated. I think there's only 2 teams that are undefeated in the entire NFL, and I think that's the Chiefs and the Vikings. Go figure, because I thought the Vikings were going to suck. So I gave you my top 5 quarterbacks, right? So how about I'm going to give you a list that I haven't even created this list. So this list has to kind of just happen right now. So I'm just going to say the most improved quarterback of the NFC. I definitely give that Kyler Murray. If you guys haven't been listening, Kyler Murray has a 105 QBR. Kyler Murray has 6 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Kyler Murray has 777 passing yards. So all of that are like successful numbers. Like, hey, yeah, he may not have 1,000 yards, but we're talking about a guy that was injured last year, didn't even get to play. Like, what did he play? 2 games last year? So coming back and coming on strong. Talking about a guy I think is entering his 6th year in the NFL. A guy that people keep on saying that doesn't deserve his job, that maybe Arizona Cardinals should trade their quarterback, maybe they drafted the wrong guy. Understand this, Kyler Murray was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. He's been their guy. This is year 6 for him. So definitely most improved quarterback so far. Only a month into the league, but he's definitely put in his work. Good job, Kyler Murray. Again, good job. Both of the rookies, both rookies doing great. Kyler Murray is doing good. Let's talk about a guy who needs to get out while getting out is an option. And that's Bryce Young. Maybe Bryce Young needs to consider playing a different profession other than professional football because, like, he's undersized, he's undermatched, and he's underperforming. He was drafted number 1 last year. Should have been a big mistake. Should have not drafted that kid. Maybe this kid's not even NFL ready. And the problem is he's already got 21 starting games under his belt. It's way too late to find out that he's not ready. So he may need to get out the door while he still can. That's not a knock at him. I'm just being sincere with this. Hey, listen, Bryce Young, if you want to have a brain and not scrambled eggs, take an early retirement because you've got nothing but beat the crap out of for 21 games. Like, your brains can't be that good. Your body's probably sore. It probably hurts when you breathe. Get out, man. Get out. That's all I can say. Listen, Andy Dalton been in the league, I think, 14, 15 seasons, and in a game and a half has washed what you've done like in an entire season last year. That tells you you're not ready, kid. Like, this dude's a game and a half. Put up numbers you're not even projected to touch. That's sick. That's gross. Hey, tip your hat to Andy Dalton. Not that I like him. I never liked him. He was a Bengal. I hated him. He was a Bear. I hated him. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I didn't like him. I didn't want him. I was forced to watch him for many a years because I like the Bengals and obviously I love the Bears. I've seen him around. Was never my answer, but he's definitely the answer for Carolina over Bryce Young. So we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about Brock Purdy, a guy that, again, people were like, that was Jimmy Garoppolo's team, and Brock Purdy just took that team over. So to take Jimmy's spot makes me not like you, right? Like, Jimmy is my guy. I'm a baby Brady guy. I'm a Jimmy G dude. So I was against Brock Purdy, but he took the team over, right? What did they do last year? They go to the Super Bowl. What is he doing right now? He's got 107 QBR right now. Last year was on fire all year. I was like, yeah, it's luck. Maybe it's not luck. Maybe it's skill. Maybe there's a reason why he took Jimmy G's job, and maybe there's a reason why Brock Purdy's in my top 5. Good job, Brock Purdy. And we're going to wrap things up with a guy I think that last Sunday, this is a guy I've been saying for 2 seasons now. Sometimes you watch him play and you're like, damn, he's good. Other times you watch him play and you're like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? Daniel Jones, I think you need to figure it out. Listen, you're going into year 5, year 6, year 7. Like, I think Daniel Jones might have been drafted around the same time that, Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes all come into the league. I think he's kind of like in that era, like, what I'm saying, like before Justin Fields' era. Mitchell Trubisky era. That's what I think Daniel Jones come into. Listen, you've been on the field for a long time and you haven't proved nothing. There's better quarterbacks. There are backup quarterbacks in this league that are way better than you. And if you're expecting like a big payday and you're expecting to have like a successful career, you should have already figured it out by now. But it has to happen this year. Your time is running out. Mitchell Trubisky is better than you. Tyson Bagent will mop the floor with you. I would like to dare say Skylar Thompson is better than you. Backup for Miami, in case people are wondering who the Thompson kid was. There are rookies better than you. Caleb Williams is better than you. Jaden Daniels is better than you. Gardner Minshew, a guy that should have retired, was going to retire this year if he didn't land a starting job last year, is better than you. There's guys way better than you, bro. way better than you, bro. You got to figure it out. You better figure it out quick because you've been a starting quarterback since you've been drafted into this NFL league. You've got to figure it out. There's people way better than you, bro. Deshaun Watson's the same thing, but this is not the AFC. This is the NFC. You are the Deshaun Watson of the NFC, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we're going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed what you heard, you like what you see, always feel free to cash at me, Eric Daniel Coughlin. Hashtag Coughlin Pride. Have a nice day.